Good evening, guys and gals. This is Brent, and it is the 8th day of November, I believe, 2020. And just wanted to make a quick video of something on my mind. It has to do with goal setting. And I think goal setting is important. And you know, goal setting is a lot of times is you always hear, leaders and managers, and if you're working, stuff like that, in an employee setting, all of your higher ups, they'll press you to set goals for yourself. It's almost cliche, it's almost a cliche phrase to set goals, and I want to be clear on what I mean by setting goals. There's several schools of thought on setting goals for yourself, and let me just say this: to set lofty goals does nothing for me. Okay, it may do something for other people. One school of thought is that if you set a monstrous goal, what do they call it? A BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. I think people refer to it as a BHAG. Anyway, and you set these really audacious goals, and then if you miss the goal was so large that you still did something very good, so just for instance, so I'm self-employed, and for people who follow me and watch me, I'm lawn care and pressure washing. That's what I do. Hoping to transition fully into pressure washing in 2021. So let's just say I wanted to set a big lofty goal of making $1 billion in revenue, for 2021. Well, the school of thought there is that if you set a big goal of making $1 million in revenue, now that's not profit, that's revenue, then you're going to strive so hard to reach it that, when I fail at it, at least I have set it so high that, making, $500,000 would still be really good, although I didn't make it, only halfway to my goal. I don't like to set goals like that. Some people do, and that's fine if it works, for them. But I can only tell you what's worked for me and what's not worked for me, and then you can apply it to your life however you want to. Back, I don't know if you guys remember, but back, I'd say, maybe 15 years ago, when the eBay craze was just really getting started, it's been around a little longer than that, but it seems like 15 years ago, everybody was jumping on the bandwagon of trying to sell stuff on eBay. And, it's probably been around, maybe it's 20 years, but for me, it was like 15 years ago. And so, I started really focusing my efforts on seeing what I could sell on eBay. And, I had a couple of products that I was selling. And so I set a big lofty goal, and you can just envision it on on a whiteboard on my office wall, where I said, okay, in January I'm going to do, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but let's say, okay, January I'm going to do $1,000 in sales, February $2,000 in sale, March $3,000 in sale, and so on to the end of the year. Well, I kept on, I did not hit those goals, and that goal setting process did nothing for me. There's other times where I've set goals and I didn't reach those goals. So just the idea of goal setting in and of itself, it's not going to do anything for you unless you have something practical to help to push you towards that goal. What I like to do, and this is just Brent, but what I like to do is I like to set goals, but I set low goals. And I like to overachieve. It's that whole thing where, so I'm in my business of self-employed, in my business, when I'm talking to a customer, I like to under promise and over deliver. I'm sure you've probably heard that phrase. The last thing you want to do when you're selling a job is over promise and under deliver. I don't care what you're doing in life. You don't want to over promise and under deliver. So therefore, my customer is surprised in a good way. It's like, well, he said he'd clean my driveway, but he didn't say, he told me that these black marks may not come up, but when I actually do get them up, or at least 90% of the way, like tire marks, stuff like that, they're really, really surprised. So that is the way I like to approach goals. It's all about setting low expectations, and overachieving that so you're pleasantly surprised. It's all about setting a goal that you can be content with, and knowing that you can probably achieve that low end goal, and then whatever you achieve above that is just icing on the cake. That's my way to achieve or to set goals. It's not for everybody, but I wanted to document that because it really has helped me, and I don't want anyone to go down the road of thinking, well, all I got to do is set lofty goals for myself and everything will be fine. Goal setting is a part of planning, but a lot of times I think you can procrastinate doing what you need to do by just spending bukus of time goal setting. I don't know. It's just me anyway. So that's my take on it. Take it with a grain of salt. But I thought about this very topic as I was working today, and that's what I wanted my video to be about. I hope y'all are having an awesome December. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up, so I hope everybody's going to spend a little bit of time with family, and let's see if we can get 2020 behind us. What do you think? Y'all have a good evening.